And yes. And we are live. We are live. It happens very fast. Welcome, everyone. This is our fourth show. It's amazing how quickly it is happening. I can't believe we're 4 shows deep in.
Yo.
So yes, I am Kim, also known as Kimberly Marissa. It's the bottom. I saw that a few days ago, and I was like, oh, I should go by what I actually sell under. But anyway, my name is Kim, and my company is KM Style Box, and I am the owner of a subscription company that is launching very soon. So stay tuned for that.
That's cool.
Yes, and to my left on screen, no longer in Philly.
What's my left and my right? I forgot.
Tiffy G.
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm your girl Tiffy G of At Beauty, which is an online owned and operated beauty supply store by me.
Oh yes. And we have the last but not the least, we have Mr. Learjetta. Please do your introduction.
Yo, what's up? Every to the body, it's your boy Learjetta, and I'm the owner of Freedom Vibe. We are a lifestyle improvement ministry, helping you to set those goals and get higher. Let's go.
Oh, I like this. We are even getting better by show 4. Look at us. What are we talking about? Shining. We all shining. So, everyone, today we are going to get into the topic, and the topic at hand today is, when is the best time to start? When is the best time to start? You know, it's not enough that you want to start your business, or even in your business, sometimes you need to start the next phase of your business. It's not enough that you just are tired of maybe working your regular 9 to 5. The fact is that people still oftentimes hit pause on their plans, because it's like, is this the right time to start this though? It's never going to be the right time, in all honesty. So that's spoiler alert. The right time is now. It's always right now, basically.
Yeah.
And so we're going to get into exactly why right now is the right time to start, because we know what everyone is thinking. Oh, but you don't know my money situation. You don't know all the stuff I have on my plate, my time. I don't know if I have time to really do this. How am I going to start something? Nobody knows me. You know, I haven't even done my social media like that. So how am I going to launch something and I'm an unknown person? We are going to address those concerns, because those are the main concerns of everybody when they are thinking about starting their business or building their brand. Is, okay, so if I'm going to start this, what do I do when I'm basically lacking stuff? All of us have had to deal with these, but some of us have done it better than others in certain areas. Let's keep it real. Yeah. We are all in this together. That's why you see the 3 of us. We all are learning from each other.
Those are from my high school musical fans.
So we're all in this together, but we do want to bring to you our individual experiences where we have really been able to capitalize and jump over the fear into really being able to say, oh no, you know what? I did do that. I was where you were at. I did have that lack, and this is how I addressed it. So with that being said, always a supporter we have to shout out. Thank you, Miss Janice Hall, mommy.
Mommy.
Mommy,
I'll call you later. I know you called.
Oh, you about to get in trouble now. See?
I know.
Definitely. But yes, so we're going to talk about the money. We're going to talk about the time. We're going to talk about the influence. And so to start us off, I would love for Learjetta to talk about how, as an artist, do you deal with the lack of money? Since from last episode, we have to keep it 100. Out of the 3 of us, you have the most upfront cost, honestly.
Yes.
Just out the gate. You want to produce a song, get a beat, there's some cost involved.
Yes, there is.
Yes. So bring us through that. Bring us through one, how do you make the decision as to what you are really going to put your funds into?
Well, one you have to look at where you are in this
Mm-hmm.
current time. That's one thing that most people don't, do. Like you're supposed to not worry, like we just talked about, like when is the perfect time to
Mm-hmm.
start. But upon, now when you hit the okay, I'm starting now, you have to look at where you are.
Yeah.
So if you need studio time, then you need to be looking into, you know, uh the rates of a studio.
Mm-hmm.
And doing that, let me tell you why that's important. Because if you go the cheap route,
Mm-hmm. Which a lot of us will try.
you
Mm-hmm.
may find some people that is not going to have your music sounding good. So you
That's
want to find a reputable recording studio, and you have to look at the rates.
mm-hmm.
We talked about this last time, managing your money and knowing your priorities, because it's either like a lot of artists would like to keep up with a look
Yes.
in the thing, and I gotta fake it till I make it, but
Mm-hmm.
that can hurt you
Yes.
because you'll wind up putting your resources somewhere that you're not supposed to. So rather than buying a chain and this to look like this, that's studio time right there. Forget all
That's true.
that.
That's true.
That's studio time. So you may have to, deny yourself. But for me, I always think about my priorities first. Okay, if I have to
Mm-hmm.
be in the studio, that's where the money's going. Um, if I have to do something as far as business, that's where the money's going.
Yeah.
Because you have to. The biggest thing is prioritizing and knowing where you are for any artist, because eventually you're going to have to kick out money. You're going to have
Mm-hmm.
to if you want to do
Yes.
your career. Or some people are blessed to know people, and if you plugged into that network, then that's a big up to you. Take advantage
Mm-hmm.
of it. But for most people, yes, you have to know your priorities and you have to prioritize your money accordingly. So if your first goal is to make music, obviously if you're an artist, you can't just tell people you're an artist there's no type of music.
Yeah.
Social media and stuff like that is free. So that's free promo right there. And
Mm-hmm.
talking to people and letting people know what you're doing and networking, that's promo right there.
Yeah.
But the
Mm-hmm.
first thing for any artist is money for the studio.
Okay. I love that. I love that. Now, can you give us, I want to always make this a chuck full of nuts for whomever's looking, because
Mm.
there are going to be real people who can identify where they want to go to the studio.
Yes.
Can you give us kind of like a range? Like, the bare minimum, what is the bare minimum someone could be looking for studio time?
I would say normal top tier studio is ranging about $100 and up, or possibly if you get somebody willing to work with you, they'll say, "Look, I'll charge you maybe 80 something
Mm-hmm.
or up." But those are normally the studios where people charge you that dollar because they know what they're doing. So, and then again, reputable studio, because when I talk to people, I'm like, okay, tell me about your studio. Who did you work with? What do you do? Do you work with hip hop artists? Because you can go to a studio and they
That's true.
good at recording country and they have
That's
no
true.
idea on how to record
Mhm.
you because you're not a country artist. So you have to,
That's true.
ask questions when you go in and there and look on people's websites. Look on, a lot of times people tell you who they are, who they work with. You can listen to a sample song of people they recorded,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and that's so I do that a lot, and that has helped me to create great relationships with engineers to find the right person to engineer you,
Oh,
because
that's good.
a good relationship with an engineer can take you a long way, because it's the person can learn your style and record you and y'all can grow together, so it's great.
Oh, that's really good. Now, I mean, I'm not an artist, so when you say $80, $100, is that like for the whole day? Like I just get to go to
Oh,
the
absolutely
studio?
not. That is per hour.
You were like,
Like, this ain't unlimited. This ain't all you can eat. Like,
Right. Right. It's no all you can eat. I'm glad you said that. No, $80 and up per hour. So when you go into the studio, and if you're a newbie and you really don't know, you have to get familiarized with the studio. I would say memorize your stuff, because that's going to
mm,
help you to utilize your time when you go in
yes,
there. You don't want to spend $500 or something like that and you only do like one song. So you want to definitely work on your stuff.
that is
mm-hmm.
true. So that's very good advice. That's very,
Yes.
very good advice. So, all right. So because I think what you said can be applied to all of us and anyone, which is, at the end of the day, if you're going to pay for it, you better make sure that you are getting every last drop
Yes.
from that investment, meaning that don't waste your time. I have to say that I have encountered people where sometimes we will get up our coin and we will put it towards what we really need, but then we will waste our time. We won't be as prepared.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
to. So I love that you made mention that you make sure that you actually know exactly the songs that you're gonna go to produce. You have it memorized so
Yes.
that you can go straight in, and it's not that you have to worry about, oh wait, and that takes up time. And also that you did the research. That's
Yes.
another phase. It's okay to have the money, but do the research for it, because you can't, pay and then be disappointed because on you didn't cover your bases, right?
Yes. And again, prioritizing, because that is so important, especially when you're. It doesn't matter if it's music. I know right now I'm talking to other musicians,
Yeah.
but in anything I'm learning, you have to prioritize, because if not, you're going to be all over the place. Normally, for most musicians, is you got to get that studio money up, because you need the product first. It's like, just like if you have your subscription company, Tiff has the online beauty, you need product. You can't just get online like, hey, I'm an online beauty supply store and there's nothing there. Absolutely not. So it's like, you have to have product, and as an artist, your product is your music. So you have to get that recorded to pump that out.
I love that. And you know what I also think that's so important is that, everything that we're going to talk about today goes hand in hand. We all have to deal with leaping over these boundaries, because like you just addressed, lack of money can't stop you. You can get the money up, because if you are working your 9 to 5, you have to call that together. And like you explained to us, have a reasonable understanding of the pricing that you need to spend so that you come prepared. So, okay, we got our money. Because, tax season is about to cut. It's here. So people are going to get their money.
Yes.
But if you get your money, I have a question that we need to address. And I think Tiffany can address it very well, because she has built an amazing influence on social media, using the power of social media. She is a micro influencer on Instagram. So if we got the money, how, Tiffy G, can we be using our money to get even more bang by using social media? Because a lot of us, we may get money, then we don't got no following. I'm one of them. Teach me. My 200 followers. I bumped it to 400 because I was trying to do my thing, but then I was like, I fell off. So
Right.
What happens when we have lack of influence?
Well, growth is growth, so commend yourself for that, because regardless if it's going up, you want to see it going up.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
But it's kind of like Jetta said, you have to always have like a clear vision of where you want to go, because that does a lot of the middle work, when you're kind of lost in translation as to what you want to market, what you want to sell. And then, like we said, you might have the resources, but it's like, okay, well, I don't have the audience. How do I springboard? So it's like, have the vision and consistency, guys. I can't stress that.
That's where I fell off. I fell off on that.
Right. And I know it's hard, because like we said, we have life, we have things. And, if you're not conditioned to do it, you're just like, you're not going to feel comfortable doing it. Similar to the show. Like, I'm not conditioned to do shows, but we're doing it, and then you get better over time. So same thing applies to whatever you're trying to market. Just be sure you're clear about the vision of that, because people, they get distracted easily. And if you don't make it clear for them, sometimes they're not interested. They become less interested, because they're like, okay, well, what is Learjetta? What is KM Styles? What is this exactly? I feel like once you hone in on that, you have to make it, even when it's not paying, like it is paying.
Yeah,
that's good. I like that.
I like that. Yeah, I do. Yeah. That was well put together. I really love that.
Yeah, to really stress that you got to act like it's a job before you get any money.
The same thing when you make it principle, like, it's real life, guys. Like, you really have to own it as if it is that 6-figure business already, because the energy that you put forth, and people see that when you're diligent and you're on it every day tirelessly, they will see that, and people will respect that. Whether they vocalize it or not, people will respect it. So that's one key thing.
Now, address with the influence, because we live like no other generation before us. We are building in the time of, it is all about your social media presence. And we all know some people pay for it now. but you have been able to grow tens of thousands of followers organically. So can you walk us through like how was that? Like how was that and how did you do that specifically? Like, we had
Well, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, that's real. That's real.
It was honestly, like I think honestly, and me and Sis talked about this. It's one intention. When you set your intention to say, like it's the power of attraction. Like I'm going to put out this content. I'm going to put it out, like I said, in a fashion where people can understand it. It's clear what I'm doing, and it's true to you. I think when I really honed in on my aesthetic and who I represent, just as a person, and I infused that into my business, that was the magic. When people saw Tiffy G in what I was promoting, that was a huge transition because they identified, oh, it's her. I get it. I see it. It resonates to me because it feels very natural. It feels very much in her element, And, you do have to do a little give and take with quality. If you want it to look a certain way, if you do have the resources, you'll funnel the money into, you have to sometimes pick a lane and begin with that. So if visually you want it to come across a certain way, focus on that. Make that little investment if you do have money into that, and then see if that makes an improvement on your viewership, your followership.
I think that's really true. Now, with influence comes you have to constantly be building. And so I know that I've started, I haven't even started yet, but many people also want to know, how do you take the leap, feel confident, even when you don't have maybe 100K followers, to start reaching out and go about getting collabs? And I want both of you to speak about that because both of you have had people reach out to you who are established. And so that in itself speaks volumes as to the power of what you both are speaking about, is that I heard from both of you, staying consistent and also really being you. Learjet, you talked about, you're not doing the fake it till you make it and trying to look like the artist already under contract with like whatever, as well as you, Tiffy G, is that you organically grew your following because you honed in on who Tiffy G is and what she represents.
Well, can I say something real quick? The fake it till you make it, I like the way Tiffy G put it. Because she put it like see yourself there, like that kind of fake it till you make it. Like not like be unrealistic and try to go buy 30 chains and this and rent a Ferrari and that you're just killing yourself because now you got to keep up with the fakeness.
Well, with some artists that are out now, like Keke Palmer advocates for it. What's his name? I told you once before. What's his name? What's Lil Nas X?
None of these songs.
Lil Nas X. They're big advocates for for being okay with being delusional. And I know it sounds like that's a big movement now because you have to be delusional. You have to honestly believe like I am my brand is popping. Y'all just haven't caught on yet, and y'all need to catch up. And you have to bring that energy. And I think you can do that in a humble way without seeming like arrogant and like I'm better than.
You have to believe in you. I mean,
I definitely have to believe in yourself.
All of my relationships, it didn't go over well, but I'm still here. So. I've been very delusional.
Listen, but and in that delusion, you have expanded. You've expanded exponentially. So it just goes to say, if you can't be your best cheerleader, if you're not going to buy into your own brand, don't do it. Because like it's going to be hard to convince anybody else. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be very hard because they're going to read. People are very good, whether they vocalize it or not, in reading people. And we have the silent watchers. We know there's people that will follow you through and through, and they won't say a word, but they know. They're like, oh no, Tiffy G, she's beauty. She's definitely beauty. Learjet, he's music. K&M stuff is fashion.
Yes, this is true. The consistency matters. And so we want to also touch on, and I'm gonna start speaking on. Everyone, also encounters this as the lack, which is, none of us get more than 24 hours in the day.
Right. And you really get 12.
Yes.
That's the gag.
Yes, this is true. And so many of us, all of us on this panel, as well as, many of you that are watching, have or are still working a job.
Yeah.
And that is always the biggest push and pull is, how do I commit time to the business I'm building, the brand that I'm building, and I'm also committing time to a job? And I'm here to tell you that, one, you don't get any more time. I'm going to break it to you. There is no fairy tale where you're going to be able to be 100% present for your current job or your career and 100% present for your business or your brand you're building. That does not exist.
Right.
I will say that, one, you have to decide. I believe very firmly that you should not work with emotion when you make decisions of expanding your brand, of anything you do with your business. Even in life, in all honesty, big choices should never be made out of emotional responses.
Agreed.
And so I say that because with my career path, I made a conscious decision to leave the job way before I actually left the job.
Yes.
I do believe that now this is not always everyone's case, just because beautiful things happen. I say beautiful things because there are some that, even with the pandemic and even before the pandemic, you may just get fired or, they downsize and you get laid off from your job. And then that's the light bulb for you to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to just start this now.
Listen, don't feel bad. I had a contracting company tell me I was too expensive. They had to lay me.
Yeah.
Maybe you were expensive though, Leah Janice.
Right. They was like, you too expensive, man. I said, really? Yeah. And it's right when the pandemic hit, so it was hilarious. So, yeah, man.
So I will say that for many people, though, it is the choice that they have to make. They have to make that choice of that. When is enough going to be enough? So I do say that you should first have a step down plan, which is that you're going to go for whatever's your dream, whatever's your goal, and you're going to then work within that current job with you have to have a kind of like blinders.
Yeah.
I am leaving. And I really believe firmly that you should set for yourself a firm date. Set for yourself, if it's just, when the time is right, I'm going to leave this job, you're never going to leave. Unless they put you out. And many jobs, they won't do that. You have to have a firm date. And the firm date also is very helpful for people who are in your life to also get on board and get used to the transition.
Yes.
You don't want to just come home to people and say, oh, you know what? I feel like I can't take it anymore. I left the job today. I'm going to go for building my dream. That doesn't go over well. And your kids will still look at you crazy. They may not know what it's like to pay bills, but they will look at you very crazy.
Does that still mean I'm getting snacks every week?
Right.
Exactly.
I don't know.
We do not get any extra time, so you have to choose how you're going to spend the time, and you have to create for yourself an exit plan. The other thing is that, you have to keep in mind that it's almost like having a child, because I believe business very much is like it's another child in your life.
It is.
Really about it. If you're really about your brand and you're really about your business, it is truly another entity. That's why they even call it business entities. It's another entity that you are responsible for and you want to see grow to its fullest potential.
Right.
And that being said, you have to understand that, like parenthood, there is almost never perfect time.
No.
There's no, it doesn't matter how much money you have saved. Then if you have the money saved, all of a sudden somebody will get sick. If you have no money, if you've been on the job, you have your step down plan. I have had my step down plan and it didn't go perfectly. I thought I was going to have X amount of dollars saved and I didn't by my date. But the choice was then, okay, so am I going to push it back another year?
Right.
Right.
Because we talked about this from even day one on our channel when we said, why now? There's always, life is going to continue happening. You're going to have trials every single month, probably within just your family circumstances, your regular life circumstances. So it'll never be the perfect time. And I think a lot of times that's the lack of time. We make that as an excuse. Oh, I don't have time now. Yeah. This is happening. That is happening. There was always going to be something pulling on your time. Always. But you have to move with that. You have to decide that if it's not crazy. Now, I'm not saying that if something crazy happens, don't come here talking about we told you. I ain't tell you nothing.
Right.
Okay? I'm just, it's,
Yeah.
we are
Right.
Again, know where you are. You know, again.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
But you know, I have encountered over my little life quite a few people that have beautiful gifts, beautiful talents, and beautiful
Yes.
ideas. And every year I speak to them, they're still telling me about the beautiful idea, beautiful talent, beautiful gift, and it's
Yeah.
not growing wings because they keep letting life stop them. And I say, you let life stop you, because at the end of the day, you have to make the decision how you want to spend the time you're given.
Yes.
You know,
And you know
so
what? Like comfort, like
yeah.
you said, like comfort. I just wanted to say that too, like comfort zone, because people are scared. It's like
Yeah.
when you got to step outside that comfort zone, and it, like for like somebody like me, we parents. So when you
Mhm.
step outside that comfort zone, you're like, ooh, gotta feed this kid, gotta do this. So most people get stuck in that mode because it's like
Yeah.
if I leave here, you know what I mean? So that's the
Mhm.
part. That's the part that most people anticipate. Like I'm scared to just step because
Yes.
I don't know what's going to happen. But that element is always going to be there. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Always. And that's what I
Yeah.
love about even us coming together as three. Like, there's so much power in this because we're letting people know to not feel alone in the struggle, because we all are representing different segments. You know, Tiffy
Mhm.
G and Learjetta, they are both parents.
Yeah.
They know the highs and lows of like you going after your dreams and having that full weight of responsibility for another human being.
Yes.
That doesn't end.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They don't care nothing about your sales. They don't care nothing about your personal dreams. They want to have a roof over their head, clothing on their back, and like Tiffy G said, some snacks.
And Legos.
Or the ladies' pair of kicks.
Right.
Yes, yes, because you have a grown man you are raising with. A grown
Yeah.
man. Well, no, he's not too grown. He's not too grown. He ain't in that situation because he ain't gonna be that person. He'll be like, this. How old you are?
Right.
I know my bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, guys, it's honestly about, like you said, priority and you handling it with the same care like you would a child. Like I think if you invest in it and you believe in it, naturally your behavior, like if you're genuine about wanting to do it, and even if you're unsure, but there's still that you always come back to, it, prioritize it, try to prioritize it like you do anything else.
So
We make
important.
time for the things we truly want to make time for.
Yes.
So, just bring that same energy. Like, yo, I want this business to go off the ground. I gotta make the time. Like I can't make any
priority is that's the word of the day. Priority.
Priority.
Because if what you
Yeah.
I mean, that could really hurt you, and it could be the reason that we are not what we want to be in life, because our priorities can be so wrong, or we can just have the wrong things. Our day to day can be so wrong, and we're not elevating because we're not putting what we need to put. That is so important. I can't stress that enough. Like you really have to sit down and prioritize.
Yeah, and cancel out like the outside noise, because sometimes that's very distractive. They're like, oh, you can't do that because you got a kid. And then you're like, you know what? You're right. I do have a kid. Yeah. And it's like, you might not have even implanted that in your head, but now somebody else is like, that's another reason. And then that gives you a reason to not.
Or the people who try to project their fears on you because they didn't do something, or because maybe they didn't do or go for something. They try to project that on you.
Yeah.
That's very true. And so that brings us to the latter part of this program, which is we're each going to give you an insight into our past week. Because we always want to keep this very real, because we are really about helping you see the ins and outs of what it is like to build a brand, build a business from the ground up at any stage, as well as that life, again, like we always say, does not stop happening.
No.
So, what's happened? How was your last week? I want you to tell the people, how was your last week? Was there a high? Was there a low? How was your last week? And did you have anything that you had to really like, oh, this is how my week was and this is how I addressed it?
Yeah. Leah, you want to go or you want to?
Oh, you go first. Go ahead. You got it.
Well, like y'all saw last week, I was in Philly for the expo. I went to a beauty expo. Like I expressed to y'all before, it's really important to always stay, in the network, in the know, just keeping your ear to the street, all those things with any business that you're in. So I did that, and that was very productive for me. I met some cool people.
Awesome.
I actually met somebody named Tiffany Hall.
She did. She really did. I was like, what?
How crazy is that?
As soon as I walked in, guys, I kid you not, like it was a big, and the thing is, I didn't go in as a vendor, which I will be soon.
Come on,
I
now.
always go in first as a spectator just to see and get a feel for everything. But I was there in spirit anyway, because there was a whole lady and she was selling things within the, fashion beauty industry. She had like a melody of things. But long story short, I say that to say, you want to create those channels, you want to go to those things. So I did that. I made sure to, stay to my schedule with that.
Cool.
And, that kind of hyped me up for Mother's Day, which is right around the corner on the 8th, right?
Yeah.
May 8th. So I was really like focused on, okay, I want to present a nice sale for, us moms out here for Mother's Day, which is up right now, guys.
Awesome.
I have a 20% off of everything in the store sale going on. So everything is already marked down. I'm going to tell you something special later that I'm offering to a select few people, but we'll get into that later.
Oh my goodness. And Leah, how was your last week?
Oh, my last week was great. Besides a few minor little hiccups, you know what I mean? I would say my one thing was I wanted to do some content that I wasn't able to do because, I wound up having, life situation happen. So it's a little slow. But on a good note, I have been working on my stuff. I told you I'm rebranding.
Okay.
So my new page is starting to pick up and I'm excited about that. And I got reached out to by some content creators. So we're going to start to do some collabs this month.
Wonderful.
Nice.
With this fitness instructor. So, I'm just trying to help people to get this. Yeah, so I was excited about
He already swole, y'all. Don't let the camera fool you. Let me tell y'all.
That's right. That's right.
But you do your thing. You do your thing.
So yeah, we gonna be collaborating this month. So we about to start kicking some ideas. And I have another person who invited me to their podcast. So it's so funny. I love when Tiff was talking about do what you do. Because when I'm up there, like if I'm not promoting my music, again, we are a brand that want to help people find their purpose and passion and to encourage people to grow. And, through those things, that has been really getting me a lot of traction. Like people have been really reaching out to me like, the words is encouraging. And again, that means a lot to me. Like, even if you don't do that, like I do that, like Tiff said, because this is what I do. Yeah. So even off camera, I'll be talking to you, sis. I'll be talking to you. Then I'm like, you know what, sis?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And it's like those things. That's because that's me. And like Tiff said, when you started being you on camera, you didn't have. Now you don't have to worry about images because you are you.
Yes.
And the same thing, like on camera, I just do what I love to do. I take walks. Sometimes I talk to people, and that has been a thing now that's starting to create a ripple effect. So it's just so funny how the little things happen, you know. But yeah, I'm collaborating with a few people, and I'm excited to see lives being touched. So that's the goal for me, to touch lives. So I'm happy that I'm seeing that starting to bear some fruit.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I love hearing good news.
Yeah.
Well, my last week, I feel like I'm honing in on how I should really have myself scheduled. I think that is something that I'm always trying to refine, because I'm a big proponent. I do agree that you really have to utilize your time wisely. And, that's, I think, the joy as well as the burden of anyone who's going to be self-employed. That is where you can go, you can soar or you can crash, because you really do have your time to manage. And so I think last week for me it was cool because I started reevaluating and restructuring my schedule. And then I had my second meeting Saturday with my web developer. So I'm very happy with the direction it's going. It's just a lot. It's very labor intensive. Like our meeting was 2 hours almost. We started at 2:00. We ended 3:45. So, it's a lot, I'm not going to lie. It's a lot, and it's not going to be launched for, I don't see it being launched for, a month or, 2 months from now. But it'll be worth it, because I believe that you should put your best foot forward, especially when you've waited for something for so long. Yes. So, but that was my week. I'm looking forward to this next week. I think all of us can agree and that's something else that we are doing with this program, is that we want to encourage you to go for it, because
Yeah.
even though it's stressful, even though it's a lot that we are dealing with, even though we're not going to sugarcoat it and make it seem like it is Instagram worthy all the time.
Mhm.
I love my life. I wake up and I don't have a Mondays.
Yeah.
Do not have a, oh my gosh, I can't, I'm so thankful it's Friday. Every
Mhm.
day is, I'm looking forward to the day, because the day is structured around something I am passionate about and I cared about.
Yeah.
I even looked for, this is the first Sunday that I was so hyped to be on today. I was like, oh my gosh, because I'm very excited about what we're building with this. And so
Mhm.
I would love that for everybody. For you
Yes.
to literally have the days that you're given, and you overall you look at it like, oh wow, yeah, I'm excited for that today.
Yeah.
So we'd love to open up now. There are 4 watchers. If anyone would love to comment, if you have any comments, if you'd like to share something or ask any of us a question,
Thank you, Edwin, for tagging people.
Oh yes, hi Edwin. Thank you. So yeah, does anyone have a question that you'd like to ask, or anything you'd like to share? Let me see. It's always a little time delay from
Yeah.
the live and like what they see. But yeah, I love every single episode, and we're getting so much great feedback. I've been getting great feedback from people. They're really enjoying the content.
Uh-huh.
They're really excited to see us on Sundays. We are still, I know we did announce that we have our name. We're still, as a team, working through it. We love the name. We're just trying to make sure that's what we're going to do, and the logistics behind it. And that's real life, you know. At the end of the day, if you really are serious about something, you're going to make sure that it is exactly everything that you want it to be, as best as it can be. But I am excited. I believe that we are going to probably go with the name that we come up with. So y'all got to represent it.
That's right. Let's do this. Teamwork.
You know,
we got
it is synonymous with us.
Right.
Yes.
So that's the whole point. I don't know if there's any questions, but would either one of you give us some words before we sign off?
On a side note, I'm gonna just say this.
Yeah.
We need to talk after this, because that schedule thing you talk about, that's what I'm going through right now. That schedule transition is a bug, man. I'm telling you that. That's crazy. But that was my side note. But Tiff, you hit him with the words, Tiff. Come on.
No.
Come on, Tiff. You can do it. You could do it.
Let's all join hands. No, but guys, just be you. Like, that's the main thing. If anything you're interested in doing, like we said, be fearless in it. Just go out. Don't wait. Don't make excuses. Just do it. And if you fail, that's great. You can always have the chance to redeem yourself. If you love it, you'll get back up, you'll dust yourself off, and you will still go for it. I'm a living testament, like I said. I've gone through many transitions before I got to App Beauty.
Yes.
Kim could tell you the best. So just believe in yourself, and don't care about like the numbers. Don't be worried about that. Just focus on your craft and just really loving and being passionate about that. And those things will naturally, I promise you, because it happened, they will naturally gravitate. But you have to be consistent.
Yes.
You have to love it even when you hate it.
You have to love it when you hate it. Just like every day you need to eat to live, you need to eat your business to live. Yes. You need to eat it up every day to live. And that's the most solid thing I can tell you.
All right, guys. So we will see you next Sunday, because we like to keep this right to the point, short and sweet, letting you guys know what we're up to and what we're talking about, and help you in any way we can. And I actually would like to invite anyone who has any ideas for shows, something that you're interested in. Please leave it down in the comments, and we definitely will talk about it, and we definitely probably will address it, because I mean, we have all these things. There's people who can give us ideas and be like, oh yeah, think about that.
Yeah.
So
let us know what up.
Yes.
And again,
Sunday.
App Beauty got a sale right now, Mother's Day sale, 20% off everything in the store. And I'm going to do an exclusive right here on the live for, I would say, maybe the first 15 to 20 people that visit the site and you spend a minimum, I would say $40, you will get an additional 10% off of your overall
Go
total.
get that.
That's,
Oh my goodness.
that's on top of the already slashed prices, guys.
That's right.
So
Go
I
get
have some
that.
cute things. I'm constantly adding stuff, so be sure to check out @beauty.com.
Yes, yes. Please check out the site.
Go
Please.
check it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go buy it up.
Yeah, you can get this. My lip gloss. Again, this is Lust. This is my lip gloss I'm featuring. Again, this is actually on my lips now, guys.
Oh, awesome. That's very nice.
Okay. So you can get that for your mom, your grandma, whomever in your life that you feel special.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's a very pretty color.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm so excited for all these projects you guys are working on and how things are building. And, I think it's so exciting to also every week, we're periodically sharing, updates. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's right. Looking forward to this collaboration.
Yes.
Go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you better backstage. So until
I'm anxious to hear this music, Jenna. I'm anxious to hear
Let's go, son. I'm telling you.
We might have to put
He's really good.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next Sunday, like, comment, and share this as well. And then soon, hopefully next Sunday, we will literally have the announcement of our YouTube channel and name.
I know. I pre-celebrated, guys.
No, I have my little coffee here, but it's cold. I'm gonna drink it. This is like my third cup for the day.
I know.
Man.
Leah, you ain't got nothing to drink over there? What's up? You got some H2O? What we got?
Let me tell you what I'm drinking over here. I'm drinking this good old ginger and honey and lemon drink over here.
Oh, is that from Trader Joe's?
This is from Giants.
Oh, okay. It looks like the Trader Joe's.
They need to support us, so we cannot show them what we can't show them. We need some brand endorsement.
That's right.
Trader Joe's.
Holla at us.
Everybody tag Trader Joe.
No.
Tell them to holler.
All right, guys.
What do we have for it? No.
Until next Sunday. Peace.
Bye, guys.